On the Training tab, Neuton has automatically detected task type as binary classification and target metric as accuracy for the Titanic dataset. Metrics are used to show a model quality. For example, accuracy shows the proportion of true results among the total number of predicted results. Metrics are calculated by comparing predicted values with real values in the validation dataset. Neuton uses the metric value to build a model of the highest quality. For a classification task type, a model that has correctly classified 7 samples out of 10 has a model accuracy equals to 0.7. The closer to 1 the value is, the better. There are many different types of metrics. For example, Neuton can also detect regression task type and set the default metric as root mean squared error. For more information about metrics, please refer to the metrics definition for any given task type in the support library. Now let's switch to advanced mode again, to review the training settings. Here, you can see the following parameters. The maximum training duration parameter limits the maximum model training time in minutes. The default value is 2,880 minutes. Training duration is unique for every dataset, and depends on the quality of data in the dataset, task type, and selected target metric. The next parameter is the maximum number of coefficients. This parameter limits the size of the model and the required number of operations necessary for predicting with the model. By default, the number of coefficients is unlimited. The perform data preprocessing parameter enables automatic data preprocessing. To build a model, raw data must be transformed to a machine learning feasible format. Neuton has the ability to perform this automatically. With this option enabled, you may upload datasets with different data types, such as textual data, dates, categorical variables and string representation, and others. Neuton will then populate any empty feature value with automatically calculated value. Data preprocessing is enabled by default. The following parameter is perform feature engineering. This parameter enables actions that extract additional information and create new variables from the existing data. These automatic actions can improve the model quality. For example, Neuton can combine age with ticket class using advanced calculations, and consider the result as a new feature during model training for the Titanic dataset. For every dataset, the combination of features is unique. Feature engineering is disabled by default. Below the data preprocessing and feature engineering parameters, you will see the time series menu. Time series problems arise from time dependencies in the data. For example, data consist of sales values by day for the past year, and you want to predict sales for the upcoming month. To consider a problem as a time series, the data must incorporate the following conditions. The first condition: the dataset must include a date and time column. The second: the target variable must be dependent on the date and time. And the third: you want to predict some events in the future. If all these conditions are met, you should enable time series on the platform. And in the time series menu, you should specify field containing date and time, as well as number of periods to predict, and gap between the training data and the prediction window. For our purposes, I will leave all of these parameters unchanged. Let's switch back again to base mode now. And let's start training. In a pop-up window, you can specify the preferred phone number for receiving updates about training completion via text notifications. This can be particularly useful for trainings expected to have a long duration. Please be informed that local provider charges may apply. If at any time you want to change or delete the contact information or unsubscribe from text notifications, please contact support using the button in bottom left-hand corner. After the training is initiated, you can monitor the training process in the progress bar. and in the Model Status area. After some minutes, the Analytics Tools button will be activated. Let's click Exploratory Data Analysis in the Analytics Tools menu. The ADA tool automates data analysis and highlights the important statistics in the context of a single variable, overall data, interconnections, and in relation to the target variable. You can see following sections. Dataset Overview. This section displays brief data statistics of your training dataset and provides following information: problem type, dataset dimension, missing values, records number, etc. The second section is continuous data distribution and relation to the target variable. The third section describes discrete data distribution and relation to the target variable. And other sections with information about target data, correlations, missing data and outliers. For every dataset, the set of graphs is individual. Once you have seen the model is consistent in the status bar, you can stop training anytime, if you are satisfied with the model quality, as represented by the current target metric. You can also opt to continue training again at any time, to get a more precise model. Training will be continued from the same point where it was previously stopped, thus saving time and infrastructure costs. Now that we see the model training is complete, it is time to predict a target variable on new data.